In today's video guys, we're going to be taking a look at the most iconic wonder weapon to ever exist in COD Zombies history, and that my friend is of course the ray gun. Now before I dive into this, I just want to say that all information gathered for this video is a mixture of my own knowledge alongside another YouTuber called Black Ops Amazing, which gave me the inspiration to actually put together this video in the first place. I will go ahead and list them down in the description below, so make sure you go ahead and show their channel some love. And if I do end up missing anything out, please do mention it in the comments below, as I would love to hear what knowledge you guys have to share on this iconic wonder weapon. Now of course, the ray gun is a legendary weapon in COD Zombies that has featured in many different Call of Duties over the years, with World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 being the golden era of zombies where this wonder weapon shared its best memories. Over the years, the ray gun has become a fan favourite due to its unique sleek design and extreme overpowered capabilities, meaning the ray gun was able to kill zombies in a single shot for at least 20 rounds, where at this point you would chuck it into the Pack-a-Punch machine, giving us what we know as the Porter's X2 ray gun. This upgraded version would give us an ammo boost along with extra firepower, allowing you to keep on one-shotting the zombies for at least another 5 rounds or so. The ray gun even had multiple variants, such as the Mark II, which was a burst ray gun, and then of course later that developed into a Mark III, where you have two guns. The left one would shoot an orange energy orb, and then the right one would of course be your standard laser shot. But the real magic is when they're combined together, and that produces a purple Gertz device looking black hole that would then pull zombies in for another 5 seconds or so, which was an absolute lifesaver in those later rounds. Now what also made this weapon so cool is not only did it come with a splash damage effect that would be able to take multiple enemies at once, but in World at War you could also get this in a campaign mission called Little Resistance. And all you have to do is, as soon as you load onto the map, which is on the beach area, you just need to jump into these holes in a specific order. As soon as you've done the last one correctly, these statues will rise from the ground and a ray gun will be there. This Easter egg wasn't even meant to be in the main game, it was actually coded and left in there by someone who used to work at Treyarch, which I rate so much. But now that I've actually shown some love towards the ray gun, let me actually dive into how the ray gun was actually created. Now in terms of the origin, from what I understand, the ray gun was created by Dr. Maxis, and he was the founder of a research group known as Group 935. Now Maxis and this group were heavily involved with using the element 115, and they carried out numerous amounts of experiments which had the ability to reanimate dead tissue, which as we know was the catalyst to how these zombies were created in the first place. Now in 1942, Dr. Maxis made an unbelievable breakthrough where he actually put together and designed the infamous ray gun using the discoveries of Group 935 and of course the blueprints of Division 9, a Japanese scientific research group who are allies of Group 935. Now at this point you might be thinking, who the heck are Division 9, and I thought you said Maxis built the ray gun. Well, the thing is, Maxis did build the ray gun, but he did it through using blueprints that Division 9 left behind when they had to evacuate their facility called the RYZEN Sun, which was located in Shinonuma. Now the reason why Division 9 had to evacuate the facility is because they was also working with element 115, and they themselves had plans of their own to not only work on people but to also make weapons such as the ray gun. However, during their research, the 115 meteor started to infect people, which meant the remaining members of Division 9 had to evacuate immediately, leaving behind their equipment and blueprints. Now because Division 9 done so well in their research, they was rewarded with a brand new facility which was located on the Isle of Pompeii, which is what we now know as Zetsubu no Shima. And in the background of all of this happening, Group 935 was starting to run low on this element 115, and as we just discovered, there is a whole ton of it back on Shinonuma, which is where the RYZEN Sun facility is located. So Group 935 put together a small team and sent them to Shinonuma to where they can try and recover some of the element 115, and while they was there they also decided to take any blueprints or equipment that was left behind, and one of those blueprints actually contained the schematics to the ray gun, which brings us back to the part of how Dr. Maxis actually acquired these blueprints. Now as soon as Maxis got his hands on the schematic, he started to combine all of the element 115 alongside these atomic batteries while adding his own twist to where he thought things needed to be tweaked, and in the end he managed to build a wonder weapon that would go on to be the main attraction for many years to come, which is of course the ray gun. However, there was a huge diss factor with the ray gun at the time, where if you was to accidentally shoot it close by, it could literally zap you into dust particles. So he started speaking to another scientist over at Group 935 called Dr. H. Porter, where he would then take this prototype that Maxis put together and started working on a second version, which is where the Pack-a-Punch Porter's X2 ray gun comes from. So this upgraded second version would have its damage output increased, but its peripheral damage decreased, which is why it's so powerful during the later rounds. So there we have it, guys. This is the story of how the ray gun was created. Just remember as well that the original red one that you get from the box is the one that was created by Maxis originally, and the one where you pack a punch it and it's called the Porter's X2 ray gun is the second version, which was made by Dr. H. Porter. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button, comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel if you're new. Again, make sure you go ahead and check out Black Ops Amazing. He's absolutely incredible, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.